Hello everybody, it's your boy N here. I'm coming at you guys with another YouTube video. So in today's video I want to talk about trading and everything to do with trading, and overall I want to give you my opinion on why I think trading is kind of a miss in this game. Overall I still think trading is not the best and can definitely be improved and stuff like that, so let's talk about it. Now I'm going to start this off by saying I'm still unwell, I've still got a cough, so if I start dying or if I mute myself to die in this video, forgive me. But other than that, let's get on into it. Let's start off first about the good things when it comes to this trading. Now when it comes to trading, there's definitely a lot of positive things. The main or the biggest positive thing is that you now don't actually need to spend money on this game to make caliber. If you're a free-to-play player and you put a lot of time into this game and you get good RNG and you can get yourself some nice good rolls, especially with the trigger mods and stuff like that currently, you can definitely easily make yourself a fair few hundred, if not thousands of caliber. Myself, I've basically just been giving away stuff for free or cheap anyways. I've not made a trade more than 1,000 caliber, and that was for a perfect stat trigger mod anyways. Now, I do think this is good. This can definitely help save time on farming. Currently, it's in a position where they have said that all of the new content that gets released into the game is not going to be put into the trading system until a month later. So for example, if they were to release new trigger mods in January, they will not be into the system until February. Now I think this is good but also kind of bad, because if there's new content in the game, being able to trade it quickly or have max stats or buy and sell stuff very quickly will definitely alter the game's markets in a positive way. This will inflict or push people to spend even more on stuff that they want to get fast, for example a max stat new trigger mod, and that can be healthy and encourage people to spend. A lot of people will be like, avoid it, don't spend on it, you don't need it, and ideally it's kind of good because one, it'll help Nexon's pockets get more full, but at the same time it does encourage more people to fund the markets, especially when a YouTuber or a streamer or someone comes forth with a build that is like hyper specific towards, let's say, a new trigger mod, then there'll definitely be a significant more demand for it. Moving on, let's talk about the time aspect. Now this can definitely help you save time. If I can't be bothered playing the game and I want a max level power beyond, I can easily just go and buy one. Already got one, but you know, I can literally just go buy one, so on and so forth. It's definitely got a good aspect of trading time off for a little bit of money, which is cool, not too bad. Other than that, max stats. Now max stats, getting them is a lot easier because you can just spike for them. This is something I think is also very good and something I also do like a lot. This has allowed me to basically being able to do the same thing. I've not done the same thing, but it does allow me to do the same thing. For example, if I wanted to get a 110 wave eruption for that 1% extra damage, I can do so. Do I consider it worth to do it? Maybe, we'll find out. We'll see if I bother. I probably won't. But the other thing I want to mention is cheap trades. Cheap trades are a very big thing right now because there's basically no demand for anything in the game, because the game is just, you know, it's the same stuff that we've had for a very long time, and everyone is has rinsed and repeated it and is basically done. So there's practically no demand for anything, which allows everything to be basically cheap. Now let's switch over and talk about the negative things when it comes to trading. I'm going to start off again with literally my counterpoint, the demand. Now, as long as there is trigger mods, there will always of course be a market, but the market for these trigger mods is non-existent. You will find people trying to sell like double golds or if not almost perfect stats for like 500 to 1,000 or to maybe even pushing it to 2,000 caliber depending on the trigger mod. But you will basically find someone who's willing to sell you like a, I don't know, a blazing zone that's like 99 424 or something, just because, you know, they don't need it anyways. And I think it's a back and forth because obviously, you know, it depends on what kind of deal you find, but for the most part there's basically no need, and the people who are still playing this game at this point and have got good trigger mods are the ones that have put their time into farming And at this point, majority of them do not even need trading to compensate for how the game currently is. The game is way too forgiving and gives you way too many rewards, especially when it comes to the trigger mods, given how you can get them from basically almost a guaranteed method of farming the teeth mission in Axion. You can get them every time you do a wall crasher, every hour, so on and so forth. So, you know, there's a big system or big conversation to be had about how this game is just too giving, and how it overall does need to be readjusted, especially if trigger mods are going to be the main thing in the trading system. Now, they're not going to be, but we'll talk about that a little bit later. I wanted to next talk about the pay to win aspect of this. Now, a lot of people do participate in leaderboards, whether you want to believe it or not. There is a leaderboard for intercept, for challenge, so on and so forth. I've not even tried doing this in ages, but there is a leaderboard for every single character, and majority of these entries will have people on them or people trying for them, so on and so forth. There is a market for leaderboards. Now, with the introduction of ancestor modules and those also being in trading, the entire game, when it comes to leaderboards, is essentially pay to win. Now, they did add a price cap of 2000 caliber for a single trigger mod, right? But we don't know whether there will be a price cap based on ancestor mods. If there is, then this is going to be kind of good in terms of limiting the max amount they can demand from players. However, again, it'd be a market cap, which ultimately takes away from the value of stuff. I think that if there is a market cap, it's a good thing overall, but not the best. I still think that overall, if they were to introduce trading or ancestor mod trading, which they are going to, that's inevitable, they really need to reevaluate / rebalance the characters, like apply nerfs. They nerfed Harris very fast. They fixed the speed bug on the swords very fast. But the biggest thing was being they nerfed Harris, and whether you want to admit it or not, they did it. Same with Eugen. They've nerfed Eugen. Why? I don't fucking know, but they did it, right? And if they want to use the term rebalance, that's fine, but they need to start rebalancing everything and accommodating for how insane these ancestor mods are, especially given that these are given to you at a ridiculous rate. As a daily, you can get 2 from Signet Sector, you can get 2 from Axion. You do this dimensional breach bollocks every day, there's 1 right there, and then you do your Wall Crasher to max that out as well. There you go. This dungeon can give you 10 a week. There's so many methods to just get yourself ancestor mods, and Wall Crasher can give you 1 at a 25% chance too. So with how accessible this is, I would really hope that they are willing to actually finally tone the balance. Will they? Absolutely not, but it's something I just wanted to mention. Now, the marketplace, I'm not even gonna bother. The marketplace for this is absolutely doo-doo. You get world chat being one definition of a marketplace, where you find people that want to sell 1,000 cuts of death, double gold for 2,000 caliber, or you find people that want to sell 4 gold cyclic amplifiers for 20 caliber. So I think an actual dedicated marketplace that they do have is okay. It's not bad. I have seen people use it. I've used it myself a little bit. It was okay overall. I don't think it's too bad, but I think overall that they should just have some form of an auction and stuff like that. For example, you can come over to this machine and you can bid caliber on a specific mod. You can search a mod up, then you can have a look at the stats, see what it's whether it's what you want, sort it with a filter, and then you can just auction bid on that, and then at the end of it the player trades to you and done. Simple. Auction would be cool. Other than that, the trading limit, 9 trades at a master rank 31, I feel like is a very little. There's like nothing to trade overall, but I feel like this should basically be doubled to at least 20 trades. That way you can actually hustle and make yourself quite a bit of caliber. You know, buying yourself some stock or buying a max stat X trigger mod and, you know, selling it for more expensive if you want to, blah, 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 blah. All of that, you know, you can't make the stonks meme if you have no stonks. So I think having the trades double would be quite nice too. Now, the 2000 caliber cap, I think it's just a safety feature to stop people from getting scammed. Yeah, I think it's okay. I just don't think there should be a cap on trading anyways. But, you know, just have some sort of a filter to highlight trades that look strange, like over 1,000, over 2,000. That filter will basically fall to crap anyways the moment ancestors get brought into the mix. But we'll have to see, because I don't want there to be a caliber or a pricing cap, because yeah, everything should just be worth what it is, and it should be simple as that. Next up, let's actually have a look at this trading system, right? Now, not to say that this trading system is the worst I've ever used, but it is the absolute worst I've ever used. Starting off, for trades to be possible, both players need to be in the same Albion. That's fine, but both players need to also be at the actual machine. So if I wanted to trade with Flo, I'd have to go to the machine, I'd have to trade with him, and then we get ourselves into a trade. From there, I can go choose whatever I want to give him. Let's say, I don't know, Flo asked me for a max rank or a almost max rank Stone Bullet, and I'm just looking through my inventory. I'm like, okay, whatever. What can I give him? I can give him this, and then same with that. Flo's a good friend, so I'll give him a good Blazing Zone too. And I'm just going through my wares, blah 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 blah. Cooked, yeah, okay, there you go. And I confirm that. Then if I want to trade with him, it's whatever. He's giving me 100 caliber in this instance. Completely fine, completely fair, and there you go. Trade has been completed. 8 trades remaining. Enjoy, Flo. You didn't have to give me 100. You could have given me 10, bro. But there you go. Then it's rinse and repeat. I think overall it'd be a bit nicer if only one player needed to be at the machine, but small complaint, I guess. Not too crazy. Now, like I said, I want to be able to have some form of an auction feature. This would be really cool. I think definitely allow you to get your stuff faster without having to wait up on other players. I think that's one thing. Other than that, trading everything would be nice. At this point, there's like very few people that struggle with stuff, but if I had an option to give away my... God, if I had an option to give away my 20 plus Luna sets... Ultimate Luna, yeah, my 20 plus Luna sets, or you know, just anything, I'd do it. Hell, I'd even give Catalyst blueprints away, as I have that many. But yeah, I think overall trading was not needed, especially in the late track of the game. Ancestor mod trading does scare me, because I don't know what the hell they're going to do with it. The pricing is very, very back and forth currently, and I think the pricing is something that definitely would want to be investigated. So don't just rush into buying / selling stuff immediately would be my biggest piece of advice. But other than that, I kind of think that there's a big back and forth that needs to be had with trading, and it definitely needs a little bit more time as a system. This is definitely an early judgment, but I wanted to at least give a judgment because it's got its use cases, but its use cases are so minimal, and I just don't know whether the use cases in this instance outweigh the downsides. So that's what my take on trading is, at least. And I think that had they actually made anything in this game difficult to get, it would have held a lot more value and would have also been a lot more worth it. But that's just my take. I hope you guys have enjoyed this video. If you did, please do smash that like button. If you're new here, please do consider subscribing. Thank you for bearing with the fact that I sound like a dying seal right now. But yeah, thank you guys. I'll see you in the next one. Peace.